Hello, Gemini. Welcome to your reading with me, Cindy. I wasn't quite sure, am I really doing it now? I'm going to do Gemini's reading. It's a funny energy as I sat down to do your reading, and I kind of thinking to myself, as like I was thinking about what I was going through in this process to do your reading. I thought it's really unusual for me to kind of behave that way. But then I imagined somebody, and I'll tell you what the scenario was, and I thought I could see Gemini being like that. So I imagine, like, the holidays are coming. So let's almost say, like, Gemini, you have a bunch of family coming over or somebody coming over for dinner or anything. Like, it was almost like, you set the table, you come back to the table, and you think, I don't like that silverware. So you pick up it and you put down another silverware. And then you leave and you're okay. And then you go into the kitchen and you think you're chilling a white wine or something. You're like, no, that's not the right wine. I don't want that wine with this. Like, it was weird because I was about to write, oh no, there's something on my shirt was bothering me. And then I thought my glasses aren't clean enough. Like, it's weird. It's almost like this fiddling, getting ready for something, but over ready and then over planning. I thought it was like, to anyone else, it looks like, yeah, you're ready. Oh God, no, look at that silverware. It's got little spots on it. No, it's really, I don't know. It seemed kind of Gemini to me. Very analytically looking at things and making sure everything is in its place, and its place is everywhere it needs to be. So what I'm going to do, Gemini, I'm going to go into the Energy Oracle deck. What, really? My channel's not about this shit. It keeps coming up. Maybe it's something different. Okay, so carrying, this is the underline after the pre-shuffle. And you can tell, honestly, I really don't look at these until I'm with you on the camera, because we just had this card. Carrying connections, hostilities, and attachments. It's kind of funny. It's almost like myself, because I feel like my channel's getting a little bit, not overrun with it, but it comes up a little more often than I don't reach for it, but I guess it's a possibility with this deck. So maybe you're like me. Lost. We don't need another relationship reading, Cindy. But take off the mask. Maybe you do. So, Energy Oracle deck. And then we have the Fountain of Tarot. Or Six of Wands. Bending over backwards to succeed. Bending over backwards to succeed, that feels like. And Fountain Tarot. Teeny tiny Rider-Waite and the Moon. Let's get started. So Gemini, I'm just shuffling out the cards, and I'm going to see what this reading is about. Gemini, we are open to whatever messages need to come forward for Gemini at this time. Adjacent possibilities. All of the options and possibilities that you have out there could actually even be doors. I don't know. Maybe you're looking for a new door. That's really funny that would even come through. Something about doors. Doors are opening. Yeah, I'm looking at this card. It's like all of a sudden these doors are just kind of like opening up. So that feels like to me where options weren't available to you before, suddenly it's like you go down that path and there's a door opening up down it. But it almost has this feeling like they all start doing it at the same time. So that feels like, not having had a lot of different options in perhaps many different scenarios in your life, and then all of a sudden all these channels start opening up. Ooh, the Temple Path. So we just talked about a path. The Temple Path, patience, healer of the ages. That's kind of funny. That feels really like you're taking a path. There's more than one way to get there. Really kind of feels like it doesn't matter what choice you make, you will end up on this path. So it's very, very fated. Patience, healer of the ages. It like feels like there's someone at the other end of the path waiting. Like this person is being patient because you have many different doors. If you go through this door, you could end up down on that path real quick because you're just going to fall through. But I don't know, that doesn't feel good. But, you know, it's a possibility. You could go through this door and end up there, through here. None of these doors is the right or the wrong choice, but they're all leading here. Healer, this is, I don't know what this is. I mean, it looks like Jesus, right? It's talking about, you got angels and temple paths. So it has a feeling of a very powerful, like soul, a very powerful soul waiting for you at the end of a temple path, waiting for you at the temple. Or maybe some of you go to a temple. Like it could just, sometimes the reading could literally be like, look at it on face value. There's a lot of different ways to get there. If you're trying to go somewhere to get to a particular temple and someone is waiting for you, don't worry. It doesn't matter if you get detoured. You will still end up on the temple path. You are on the temple path. You're on the path to the path. That's what it is. You are on the path to the path to the temple path. That was funny because the split was the Lovers, which is your card, and it was the Six of Wands, of bending over backwards to succeed. So maybe you don't need to bend over backwards to succeed. Because whatever path you take, you're kind of there. Don't stop trying. I mean, don't stop trying in life. Don't stop doing things, because that could affect the path. And the path is sort of like, that's it. End of the road. Gemini not doing anything. Okay, so I'm going to pull one card out for the adjacent possibilities. And then we're going to pull out a storyline. Adjacent possibility. Oh, the Two of Cups. Well, there you go. You have some choices here. If it's getting to the Two of Cups, it doesn't matter which way you go. You're on that path. This is like the Big Dipper and the Little Dipper. Isn't that? Yeah, it does. It's like the Big Dipper and the Little Dipper in the sky. Well, that feels like cosmically something is already is. Cosmically something already is. But physically in your world, it's not yet. But it's already been achieved cosmically. Before I pull out your storyline, I want to know more about this. What's at the end here? Maybe it's a very healing relationship at the end of a journey. A door you shall walk through. Six of Coins at the bottom after the Two of Cups. The Temple Path, Patience, and Healer of the Ages. You're a healer of the ages. Healer of this lifetime. That was very loud. The Temple Path. The Hierophant. Wow, that's very pious. Patience. Eight of Coins. The right work must be done. Healer of the ages. The World. Wow. The Knight of Coins. This is very profound. This underline is incredibly profound. The Temple Path and the Hierophant. This is, my God. This is like really, this is like doing God's work. Creating and building the structures of God's Spirit's work, of Source's work. Patience. the Eight of Pentacles. And it's almost like he's constructing. Well, in some ways, you know, it could even turn into the Tree of Life. It's a very sacred geometry kind of symbol, like dropping in the last piece here. I'm actually becoming overwhelmed by like the energy here that's almost a little hard for my human brain to comprehend. This just has it's like a scene playing in my head where, like, when this piece gets dropped into place, it's like something is completed here. And it's completed in a fashion that, okay, if you pretend you don't see the Hierophant guy, like the guy in the card, you just see the box and all this light starting to shine through. And then you see this light like shining through him, Mr. Jesus. And it's like this piece drops into this geometric shape. And time stops. I guess that's the best way I could describe it. Like the energy is overwhelming me on a physical level. And visually, I'm trying to come up with words to describe what's playing out in my mind here. But it's like time stops and all this light glows from this. And it's like all of a sudden, everything is real, but it's not the right word. But it's real in what would have always seemed more like a fantasy or an illusion to you. Like you would have seen it in Hollywood. Like it seems fantastical. Did you guys, who had a couple signs for 2023 had like a new world? Because that's what this feels like. It's like a massive, massive, and so I'm trying also not to use phrases and words that have been kind of coined in spiritual groups and circles for the last few years, because I feel like these words and phrases can be overused. But it is like a new world, like a new reality, like a large reality shift here. And healing the world. Healer of the ages, the world. Yes, reading is something. Okay. Patience. Things are falling into place just as they should. The last piece falls into place and the structure becomes unbreakable. But until the last piece falls into place, the structure is, it's I don't know if weak is the right word, but it's not as strong as it needs to be. The sun, there you go. Why not? The Fool, boy, that is bright and fresh. That's like a new world. It's a new reality. A new day. it's like, it's not the kind of reading I thought I was walking into already. This is like something falls into place here for you. You're on a path and you can't come off it. This Two of Cups, like it feels like these two people are reaching in unison for something in the sky, in the stars. So perhaps you and someone else, it could even be, like, it could even be like you in two different realities. That's like the part that I'm picking up here. You in two different realities, reaching, shifting. Like there's a huge shift here. Where would you even recognize this? I'm not sure. Like I feel like in some way, because this is really guided by the universe, by God, by spirit, by source, that it's almost like it starts to overwhelm my circuitry, like my internal organic circuitry, the message that's coming through. So for you to experience this and almost know, like when I say know what it is, your organic body wouldn't be able to assimilate and process the experience if certain memories and realities weren't mutated and shifted with this change in your reality. It's almost like the weirdest thing with this reading is, it's almost like you wake up on I don't even want to call it a different Earth. It's like a different planet altogether, which is really weird. But you don't even know it. Like you would just feel like you've always lived there. Like you would have memories of that planet. Like you wouldn't wake up in the morning and go, why is the sky purple? It's always been blue. What do you mean the planet is called tubulary? I lived on Earth. Like you wouldn't have that. It's really a weird reading. It's messing with my mind. Sometimes I feel like I was like a sci-fi writer, another lifetime, and that like seeps in on me. And it seeps in, like I just need the right trigger and the right cards, and those messages start to seep right through. Sometimes I feel like maybe those are like little esoteric drops of information about like reality and existence, you know. Anyways, so you're on a path here. You can't make a wrong turn. It's good. I'll say that. It's really a good path. It's a path that is your higher good. Let's say that with the Hierophant in the temple, it could not be more of your higher good path here. Good work is done on this path and completed and mastered, and healing. So even the healing on this path is completed and mastered. Oh, Jesus, Murphy, really? Man, you got the card with the monoliths. Ah, my brain. Oh, you got the sun and the moon with the fresh start between them. All major arcana. Actually, all of it is except the 8 of coins and the 2 of cups. The King of Coins is with the sun. Wow. This is just blessings raining down. Blessings. Physical blessings. The Fool. The 10 of Cups. The way this reading is going, you're all going to say, yeah, this does sound like a different planet, Cindy. Because this is just happiness, fulfillment. There's the glowing light. Okay, I'm really still struggling with the best way to describe what is kind of playing out here. It's like, let's say there's a journey that you're on. Let's just say, right, there probably is. You're here watching this right now. So you're on some sort of a journey. And I do feel like it is you and someone else. It is yin and yang. If it is not, it can be two parts of you. This just reminds me of that. They look like sisters, so... two parts of you, two people, yin and yang here, and you're on this journey, and it's almost like you have this vision or this plan in your mind that when you meet, like let's say you're at an airport, it doesn't matter how many times your flight is delayed, you're still going to get to the destination, right? That's what this adjacent possibilities is telling me. You finally get on the plane. While you're on the flight, you're thinking about, oh, when I get there and I see, I don't know, whoever this could be, right? I really feel like that there's someone at the end of this temple path, this spiritual path that you've been on. And it's like, okay, so when we get together, I want to say this, can I say that? And we'll go out for ice cream and we'll sit by the river and we'll talk. And then you start playing out like a future, right? But that future doesn't exist. It never happens. Because what happens is undescribable. What I can say is like what actually does happen is undescribable. It is like a massive shift in reality that you can't comprehend right now. And it's kind of being shown to me as like this bright white light takes over. And then these people are walking on the clouds into space. It's really... I know that's not what's probably going to happen to y'all, but that's what it feels like. Like that's how it plays out in my mind. It is like the spirit takes flight somehow. The illusion is wiped away. Judgment with the moon. There you go. I told you, you can walk up on the clouds. It's crazy. This energy is crazy. The Six of Wands. Bending over backwards. The Four of Cups. Oh my God. The Six of Wands. The Four of Cups. But boy, look at, that's a really dismal energy. That is not picked up anywhere in this reading. But that's what I mean. There's like a huge, huge shift. There's success here where success has been lost. Oh my God, these readings. I have plans today, you know. Between you and Taurus. Honestly. It's fascinating, though. Yeah, I'm not to go somewhere. I wanted to go to the, anyways, it doesn't matter. It's not about me. Doing the universe's work here, so I just need to shut up and shuffle. Okay, adjacent possibilities. Adjacent possibilities. Yeah, see, it does. The Ten of Swords, the Knight of Swords, the Eight of Wands. After a dismal period, there's nothing but movement. And as I said, like none of this movement is like blocked. If there's no hesitation, don't worry about which way you choose to go. You are on the path. You're on the path to the temple path. And if you turn left instead of right, it still takes you around to the temple path. The Two of Cups. The Five of Swords and the Nine of Swords. This is something that you perhaps worry about that's been cut out of your life. Or you worry that the path has been cut out of your life. It's like these stars are raining down on them. And these cards are so amazing. The Sun is the King of Pentacles. The new experience is emotional fulfillment and bliss. The moon will rise again. There you go. If the sun is like, well, not if, the sun is seen as masculine energy. It is yang. It is being blessed upon. It is being blessed. It will have blessings raining down upon them. Right? And I just like these stars are like cascading. It's like the cups are filling. The cups are filling with the blessings from the stars, and they're about to reach up and grab the cups. One cup is higher than the other. And I don't mean one person is more elevated than the other, or one half of yourself is. It's very balanced energy. It's like one cup might be coming in further away from another cup towards a destination, but they both land at the same time. And then the Fool. I mean, there's nothing in the way of this. The Fool and the Ten of Cups. It's just fresh, free. And it leads right to happiness. The moon shows the way. The sun lights up the way, but the moon shows the way. The moon, like right, is rising again with Judgment card. The sun is blessed. The sun is giving blessings. And the moon is rising again to show the way. The Sun and the King of Pentacles. The Eight of Swords and the King of Cups. The water, right? The moon is the water. And it can't be seen, but it is rising again to show the way. The emotions will guide you. This is all masculine. The sun is all masculine. It is the water that nurtures the earth. But right, it's like the water has run dry and it can't be seen. But this King of Cups, they're both trying to put their toe in the water here. The Fool and the Ten of Cups. Justice and the Six of Pentacles. Well, it could not be more just. Could it? It's a very good outcome. That's all I can say. It's both cosmically and earthly justice. This fresh beginning that leads to fulfillment. Both cosmically and earthly justice. The moon will rise again and show the way. The moon and Judgment. Frick, you got Judgment. God. Well then. Well. All right then. So, Temple Path and the Hierophant. The Temple Path and the Hierophant. The Seven of Cups and the Three of Pentacles. Okay, there's questions of the heart here. Questions, choices, illusions, dreams, wishes, possibilities. The Temple Path and the Hierophant does not communicate in that realm. This is about what you build. What you build becomes the answer to what you seek. Well, no, what you build is the answer to what you seek. This is very profound. So, Patience and the Eight of Coins. Patience and the 8 of coins. I took an Advil today. Maybe that's clearing everything out here. Like a download for the universe. I think this came out first. The King of Wands, the Death card, the 9 of Wands, and the Ace of Wands. Oh, well then. Oh my God. It's really? Oh, jeez. I don't know. Look, just look, right? Look at this. Come on, they both look like a wand that's rising again. Maybe it's been a while since your wand has been risen. I don't know. It will rise again. The moon will show you how. Oh my God. Yeah, excuse me. I'm an Aries. I'm a perpetual child. It's funny. Trust me, my son is not the only one in the house that giggles when somebody wants chicken balls with Chinese food. We needed a breaker, right? Because this is like a really serious download. So, patience. This is someone building alone. And maybe doing more than some other things alone here too, possibly. This is like the end of getting yourself to, like you're the only person responsible for getting yourself here. And let me tell you, you had to burn a few bridges to do it, I feel like, with this King of Wands. But then that comes to an end and you're patient, you're just waiting. And waiting is the hardest game. Because that's not you. There's something here like you are a doer. But you will do. You will do here. With the 3 of Pentacles, the Temple Path, and the Hierophant to build. Building this will answer your question. I don't know what your question is. Or what it is that you seek. But building this in a team together, you will find what you've been looking for. Healer of the ages in the world. I'm not shuffling like that. The Lovers, the 9 of Cups. There's that 8 of Pentacles, the 2 of Pentacles, 3 of Cups, the Magician, the 2 of Wands, the Emperor. It's a lot. It's a lot. Well, there you are, the Lovers. Healer of the ages. This reminds me of like Gemini energy too. Like in this deck, this 2 of Cups, because it looks like twins to me, like the twins. The twins. Well, how did that happen? How did the 10 of Cups jump ahead of the King of Pentacles? What's going on over there? Everybody settle down. Well, you got yin and yang, like twins. You're twin Gemini. The 2 monoliths rising from the water. And you have 2 judgment cards. There's literally 2 monoliths. And 2 cups. Honestly, the healing work is done. I mean, in short, this is how I'm going to describe all of this clarifying energy. The healing work is done to achieve and master your dreams, your wishes, your emotional sovereignty, balancing the practical and the enjoyable, and manifesting the Emperor. Manifesting the Emperor. Manifesting the Emperor. The Strength card is the strongest, like the strongest form of leadership is patience. The strongest form of leadership is patience. And the Ace of Cups is at the bottom. Well, I don't even know what to call this reading. Something else, isn't it? That is something else. Gemini. So, rising up out of the darkness. I want to say that because the card that got left behind here when I picked up the deck to put it away was the attachment card, right? And that was one of the underlying cards after the pre-shuffle for you. And this is rising up out of the darkness. The dark, deep waters into the moonlight. These monoliths look like they're what are creating the waves, though, as they rise up. It's really a spiritual, crazy, deep reading. Really. This is one of the deeper spiritual readings I've ever done. Like, I don't even have words for all of it. Hi, Larry. Larry's outside. He's watching the squirrels and they're watching him. It's funny. Because I can tell, hi, where he is based on the directions the squirrels are facing and which one's tails are going. So I'm going to go do the extended. I'll come and get you. I'll go open. He's really smart. He is. He knows to see me in here through that window and then go down to the kitchen. I'm going to do the extended. In the extended, I leave it wide open. And I'm going to do the same for you, Gemini. So thank you so much, Gems. Until next time, do be gentle with yourselves. Bye.